I have to apologize because in our last video, we talked about the Animal Crossing Space Bun controversy, but that was actually not the end of it, and there's been a lot of new information that has come to light. I thought that this was an honest mistake and that this person was completely innocent, but it turns out that they may have a long history of hate speech and may have intentionally done this just to rile up racial tension. So let's get into it. First off, let's just give a shout out to Purple Emperor, our Mar, on Twitter, because they came up with this long thread and they brought all of the receipts for us to see. So we already went over the Afro Puffs versus Space Buns controversy. But regarding Fifi, who was supposedly doxxed, well, it seems that Fifi is not as innocent as we initially thought. So Mara says her post was seen as innocent and friendly. However, we believe there is way more to it. Recently, Fifi shared her Instagram handle and she posted her account as @Sunflower Island and then quickly changed it to Stardew Leaf. Sunflower Island is a familiar name. Let me explain. Here we see another post from Princess of Sunflower. So back in August, apparently there was an incident in the Animal Crossing community that began with someone calling a serial killer sexy or whatever, but ended with the same person using the N-word slur in their tweets. Now here's a screenshot of this person, which is Princess of Sunflora, Baby Sunflora, where she says, "What? It's exactly the same thing. Don't say cracker if you think N-word is so wrong. Either they're both okay or neither of them are. They're both wrong, but they're not the same thing." Now, Mars says many people called out Edie for saying the N slur as a white person, but then she went private and says her ex hacked her account or whatever. While being called out, Edie changed her name many times, and at her worst, she included the N slur in her handle to try to prove an invalid point. And here you can see her handle is literally the N-word _stop. This is pretty egregious, guys. Like, this is terrible. Edie then had her account reported and then she deactivated herself, but when she reactivated, she came back with a new handle and layout, and this is what she said. It's just the N-word a million times, guys. Like, it can't get worse than that. She says, "It's a effing word. I'm just saying the word because it's a fucking word." Oops. Imagine trying to control what people can and can't say. It's terrible. And then she goes on to say here, saying a word doesn't make someone automatically racist. It's a word. It doesn't belong to anyone. I think she was trying to prove a point that the N-word doesn't hold any weight by saying it a million times. She, in this post, proved the exact opposite of what she was trying to prove, because this is offensive. It is a word. It's an offensive word. And most of the time, racist people use it to offend black people. So as a black person, I'm offended. And I'd say she did a pretty bad job of proving she's not racist here. Mara says she also harassed people on Curlscat, where, she continues to go on about the N-word. And then at the end of that thread, someone said, "Damn, make a new account then. It's not that hard." Where she says here, as Edie already have, and a lot of you already follow and interact with me unknowingly. Mara says, "Why is this all important, you ask?" Well, Fifi shared her Instagram today when someone was supposedly pretending to be her. Both these accounts' island's name is Sunflora. So before you say it's a coincidence that they have the same name, because, that alone could be a coincidence. When you scroll through her Instagram, you can see pictures of the characters. And this is undeniably the same character as this character. They both have pigtails, they are both blonde avatars, and they both have the distinct hearts on their cheeks. Not to mention the island name is Sunflora for both. It says Edie here, which literally on her Twitter was her name, where she says she has several accounts. That is the same Animal Crosser as Fifi. Here Mar says, Melanie created her thread on September 5th. Coincidentally, Fifi also created her new account in September. Her first original tweet being made September 5th. She also spam retweeted many people's posts at the start of her account. Here you see Edie claims she's at least 25 and Fifi is 29. So another corresponding link in these two people. Many people believe she was completely innocent. However, she did have a history of using slurs in the Animal Crossing community, and Stardew Leaf was created to evade this past. Her Space Buns picture was intentionally posted to anger Black people and allies and create this outrage. Mara says the fact that she has garnered so many racist and alt-right supporters, many of whom do not even care about Animal Crossing, reflects her exact views. It's up to you to decide who you want to support, but we've discussed this with many people before posting and we don't think this is a reach. Honestly, guys, I don't really think it's a reach either. I mean, not only do these accounts show the same Animal Crossing character, she literally has the same Animal Crossing island name, and then Mar even posts more saying, need I say more? And here, Princess of Sunflora shows pictures of her residence. Stardew Leaf has the I'd like to call you lollipop. As you can see, the lollipop emoji, which she's used on several of her different accounts. But here, she has a picture of her Animal Crossing characters, which you see Walker right there, and you see them right there. So you see the dog at the bottom left, you see him here on the right as well. Not to mention, like I said, this is the same Animal Crossing character. Honestly, this just looks really bad. So again, you can see that lollipop in Eddie's account, but this post here is someone trying to discredit Mar, saying, look how easy it is to fake things, because clearly Mar did not say this. And they have like a, altered Confederate flag on her page. But Mara actually has the links. Not only does she have the links, she has many people actually backing her up on these. So here she puts so speaking of archive links of proof of her tweets, here it is. So not only does she give us the screenshots, she actually shows and has the links for all of these tweets archived for us to follow. So all in all, this is pretty incriminating. Here Frodo, who's responding to Stardew, says, y'all need to do some thinking and listen. The chances of having the same character customization, same villagers, and same island name are nearly impossible. That is really unlikely, as Frodo puts here, the ways to make your character, the ways to name your island, pick villagers. You would have to multiply all of these three numbers together to get the chances of all three. It's essentially impossible, as you can see from these numbers. There are people defending Fifi, Edie, Sunflora, whatever the fuck her actual name is. But they're saying that it saddens me that people will accuse others of being racist for saying the N-word, then go around and justify the usage of the word cracker. Because apparently you can't be racist against white people. If you use a term to devalue a race or ethnic group, you're a racist. Like I said, cracker is wrong. They're both wrong. But Volra really doesn't make sense, because they say if you use a term to devalue a race or ethnic group, you're a racist, yet they're defending someone that used the N-word. They go on to defend them in the forums as well. And I said it yesterday and I'm gonna say it again. Even if she did say the N-word and all those things, it doesn't change the fact that she was harassed over an effing hairstyle. It's not just a hairstyle. Here's just another example tying Fifi to Sunflora. Here she says, my ex was a gun-loving racist Trump supporter, whatever. Her boyfriend is Exiled Panda, which she's noted here on her page. And here you see a post by Exiled Panda with literally All Lives Matter in the name. All Lives Matter is really racism. When people say all lives matter, it's only to discredit Black Lives Matter. If all lives matter, Black lives do matter. Now, as Mara says, we really don't need any further proof. So as Mara says, we don't need any further proof. Like, this is a lot of proof. Finally, Mara says, speaking to you, Fifi, I'm still waiting for you to provide proof against my thread. We all are, even your own supporters. And I gotta say, Purple Emperor came through with a lot of receipts. Honestly, after all of this, there's no doubt in my mind that this is the same person. It's crazy. She even goes and gets the URLs. Like, she's got all the links. She even linked the Twitter. Here, she shows even more evidence, and you guys can check this all out in the links below, but it's beyond conclusive. I don't see how she's gonna dispute any of this evidence. Like, she even has, like, this was once Edie's Twitter bio, where she literally has the name in it. This changes pretty much everything, because if it was just a person with the space buns, calling them space buns when they're really afro puffs, that's an honest mistake. But when it's someone that's used the N-word and put all lives matter, it kind of seems less like an honest mistake and more like something she did on purpose to get clout and upset Black people. And that's honestly what I believe happened here now. People are also calling into question now if she was ever really doxxed. I'm definitely not saying she should be doxxed. I'm definitely not saying she deserves all the harassment. But what I'm saying is maybe we should take anything she said with a grain of salt, and also consider if she really did this to incite drama, to create racial tension, considering she has a boyfriend with the handle All Lives Matter and thinks that it's the N-word is just a word. What do you guys think? Do you think that she's still innocent after all this Twitter evidence? Or you probably don't think that, but if you do, feel free to let me know in the comments why you think we should trust Fifi, Edie, Sunflora. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and above all else, don't forget to have a good day and go play some video games.